Hey, it's Steve Zelnardo here with Remax experts Zelnardo Associates and Treviso Realty with Mike Gaddy. Another episode, the fourth segment for today. We're going to lighten up the mood. Clearly, it's a lot of stuff going on. And today we're going to talk about just stuff that you can do for yourself to kind of like maybe create more positivity in your life, create more opportunities for yourself and financially, like similar stuff to what we do. And that's pretty much it. So what do we got, Michael?
Yeah, no, I guess we could talk a little bit about what we're planning to do, like you mentioned in the past
Yeah.
with Hussein and Varen. Basically, we do our mastermind planning for the upcoming year, and basically look past on the past, like the last 30, last year, basically plan where we've came from and where we can keep going forward. So I don't know. You want to talk about a little bit like what the strategy is for that, like how we start,
Yeah.
like the my 10 10 10, all that kind of
Yeah.
stuff.
Yeah. I think we did a little bit of that the last time, the 10 10 10. But
Yeah.
I think importantly, like I mean, they can watch a past episode of what the or even ask questions. But I think ultimately, if anyone's looking to do, again, we're not greatly successful. Just take it with a grain of salt. But coming from where I was and where I am today, I think there's definitely been some positive output. But I think ultimately, right now, like you want to definitely create a mastermind group with two, three, four people, either in your profession or not, but people that are like minded, that are ready to go, that are looking, willing to basically. It's almost like creating a team. I'll always revert back to like soldiering, like war. Like you want a team. You need people that are going to be there, like ride or die right to the end. Because what happens even with mastermind. Is that people just die off. They don't have the commitment to it and stuff like that, and they don't. It's just what it does either it's going to motivate you to go harder because they're dying off, or it's going to just kill the whole system. So I would say number one, create a mastermind group of people. Have a book in common that you kind of go out the outline, like Napoleon Think and Grow Rich was my outline. If you've read it, Hussein's read it for sure. Did you
Yeah,
read it?
I'm listening to it for
Oh,
like the 10th time today. Yeah.
nice. Okay, so ultimately, that's the outline with the mastermind, basically like that, like kind of manifesting ideas and stuff like that.
And like it's also who you're surrounding yourself with, right? You're like obviously the average of your the five most common or people that you spend the most time with, right? So I guess along those lines too, to you want to be in a growth state all the time, right? That's I think the ultimate goal, especially with that book, is being around people that can. You might not know every answer, but having those people to call or reach out to when you need to know whatever answer is speaks words, right?
100%.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, so definitely. So mastermind group. I think obviously physical health is very important. Dieting is super important. So physical. My what I'm doing now personally is obviously I'm working out at least 5 to 6 days a week has to be, and I usually do 1 day of running.
Guy's
Uh,
an animal.
yeah, no, for sure,
Most
right?
consistent person I've ever met
Yeah,
in my life.
yeah. Well, we're trying,
Actually,
man. I'm trying
no,
to
you're doing
like,
an amazing job.
yeah. Thank you. So definitely physical, and then you're always trying to do overlap that on adding more stress to the situation because I mean you're gonna start exercising 10 minutes a day, then it'll go to like an hour and a half where I'm currently now, and then at that point, like right now, I'm in a plateau stage, but I can't run 2 to 3 times a week. My Achilles heel and shit like that. It'll put more
Stress on your body.
stress and
Yeah.
wear. I want to be healthy. I want to have good knees when I'm older. So I'm trying to mix it up now. I'm probably gonna add maybe a cycling, maybe 20 miles, which is like 30 40 clicks.
So you get back on the bike.
Yeah, yeah, that's where I fucked my Achilles.
Oh, great.
Nice. It's pulling too hard. I was doing like 40 clicks an hour
Oh
through the
shit.
neighborhood, but that and then I've done again like there's so many podcasts right now out that kind of promote health and well-being, and it's just like we bought like a small ice plunge right now. It looks like a big koozie, like a beer koozie. You kind of sit in there and you kind of go down. I got it down to about 44 degrees right now, which is I think that's like seven degrees.
To
uh,
add that other layer of stress to try and get you out of that plateau.
Yeah, for sure. Just an extra something, doing something different that you don't want to do. I find when you don't want to do something, you do it. You usually get good results at the end of it. So I think um, getting in there and doing it is like mind over matter. And I did it more for stress mentally to do something like that because again, there's a lot of gains to it, circulatory. Um, cardio, um, endorphins being released in your brain. There's a bunch of stuff like a positive outcomes to it. But I did it more for like I hate cold clearly, and hence living in Florida. So that's a challenge for me to get in. The only problem is now I kind of like the suffering, which is even. So what do you do? I like that. It's almost like you can't wait to feel that suffering, which is wild. I don't know if it's obviously endorphins being released because it's you're under immense stress. And again, it's not as cold as like some people get it down to 32 and they're like warriors and snow and shit.
Yeah,
Like that.
yeah,
I'm
yeah.
not that extent intense.
No, but you're right. It gives you that like repetition and every day that consistency of you doing it. It's continuously adding more stress that you're normally having to hopefully break through that plateau.
What did you do? What was the temperature when you were
Three
plunging?
degrees, yeah.
So 3 degrees works out to what? That's like
It's
36,
something.
37?
It's got to be under 40, right?
Holy shit! How was that?
It's freezing. It sucks,
Fuck, dude.
It's hell.
3 degrees into Fahrenheit. 37.5.
Yeah.
Wow, dude,
Yeah, it's
that's
really cold.
brutal.
Yeah, it's really
I
brutal.
got mine down to 44, so I was
But
at 6. I was double your temp, and it's pretty hellish right now, to be honest.
the thing is like getting past that first like I would say like 45 10 minute. That first 45 seconds 10 minute was like the mental game, and then after it was like okay, you bring in.
Is there jets on it?
No, not in that one. No, I know Rogan has the one with the jets, and that's probably like
It's
hell
a
the whole time.
Blue cube or whatever.
Yeah,
Or
yeah.
something.
This one, like once you get, they close down now, but once you get past that 45 second 10 minute, like you can bring your breathing down.
Thermal barrier or whatever.
Yeah, and then like it's mental. Then you can stay in for not as forever. I'm just saying like it's easy. It's easier because everything's like steady and you got the breathing. You're good to go. But yeah, no. If you have the jets on, there's no comfort in that.
Mine has like two jets. One suck from the bottom, one blows from the top. But that one on the top, it feels like literally it feels like there's like sharp needles entering your skin.
So yeah, that's part of it. That's the harder part if you have the jets, I think, because the water's
It's moving.
continuously circulating, so you're never getting comfortable.
Especially that one spot, you got to keep moving. Well,
Yeah.
I know I was listening to Huberman. He was talking about it, and I got to listen to the full podcast. But it was three places to get the most out of the anything to cool down your body is the palms of your feet. The balls, the bottom of your feet, your palms, and I think he said below your face, like halfway down your face, your eyes and below, something like that. So I notice like sometimes I'm holding, but if I gotta I have to remember. I do it anyways. Or I'll do like the first 45 seconds, just like holding on, and then I'll put my hands in, and it's like totally different experience when you get your hands in.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no, it's true. Because sometimes to like, if you want to hit that like 3 minutes, I would pull my hands out just because it's like it does feel different. It's easier.
It's easier.
Yeah,
Yeah,
for sure.
It's wild.
Yeah, 1,000%.
And then even if your balls or your feet, if you're kind of moving around, you can kind of feel the like it's this immense temperature change, right? Because
Yeah.
I'm sort of squatting. I'm squatting because it's like a koozie
Small, yeah.
basically, yeah. But it's perfect, so perfect for what I need it. So doing that, so the exercise, doing the cold plunge. So again, cardio on the I'll probably run like 4 or 5 miles. Let's say 4 miles rather. Usually pretty quick. Let's say we put them in kilometers. So like 6 kilometers, I'll do them in like high 4 minutes and 50 second splits to like low fives, like 5:10s, and sometimes I get them down to the 4:20s depending how I'm feeling. So again, there's a little bit more stress. So
It's
physically,
unbelievable.
yeah. I think the only thing I'm lacking right now is basically the reading portion of all this, because I used to read a lot. Now with podcasts and like audiobooks and stuff like that, I'm not reading as much as I used to, and I got to get back into that where it's like at night you open a book and you have that half hour 45 minutes just reading through. Like you got to commit to that, and that's something I've been guilty of. Obviously I'm learning a lot about American history, right? Clearly,
Yeah.
I want to make sure I'm up to par with everything. So I'm starting from like 1492. I did one of those audiobooks. Now I did this. They're listening to an audiobook on. I did Colonel, what's his name there? Robert Lee, which was the general of the Confederate Army. I'm doing Ulysses Grant, which is the general of the Union. I'm listening to the Civil War right now. So I'm going through all these books, and now I have I read through one book on the Constitution, just like the some of the scriptures that was written. Now I'm reading the letters of the founding fathers of the Constitution. So just kind of reading all that, just kind of get up to stuff. But so going back, because obviously I want to learn the culture a lot. I want a great deal. I want to understand it all. But if you read a lot of that, even what the founding fathers did, like a lot of this stuff too, like the Constitution was basically a brainstorm, a mastermind, what we're talking about.
Yeah.
Where they all got together and they put their ideas together. Not everybody was in agreement, but they would kind of like add and take until they create this beautiful document. And I think that's what we got to do. Like when you create a mastermind, it's basically give and take until you create a perfect document, like the Declaration of Independence. Yeah.
That roadmap for our next year.
Yeah, very much.
Right.
A declaration of 2025.
2024 worked out pretty good.
Yeah, it was good.
So
Good rush in the beginning and slowed down obviously mid year, but
we're getting back there though.
Yeah. It's been a wild ride. Plus again, we're starting construction. We started construction. They're halfway through those walls today. So a lot of growth, man. I think we don't give ourselves enough credit for how much output we're doing and everything, because when you feel stagnant, it feels sad in a sense. So you got to be able to pick yourself back up and kind of look at all the growth and just kind of stay almost like in that cold plunge, kind of stay, just get that breathing down, just take that pain. You're going to be out of that cold real quickly, and you're going to be back into like the warmth. So I think that's like in anything, in any kind of business, right? So
yeah, no, I agree, and just never stay comfortable.
100%. Yeah, keep that growth going. So the physical literature, clearly, I think spiritual too. There's always an element to that. I'm guilty there. I was supposed to go to church once a week. That's not happening. Still, spiritual minded, but I'm not actually attending any like place of worship. And then family unit. I think the family unit is very important too. Like we always got to make sure we spend time with that and create, allocate some time. And it is what it is. We found out this year, like even like dealing with my daughter's a teenager. If you watch that new movie, there's the cartoon. I forget what it's called. Do you know the one with the Inside Out 2? Yeah, did you watch it? Yeah. Okay, so that girl in that movie, like that they portray this teenager, that's my daughter. It's exactly the same. You got 3 of them, buddy.
Yeah.
Woof.
It's gonna be a good ride.
Woof.
I gotta get him on my
sound
side.
like a dog. Woof. Oh my goodness, bro.
Hold on.
It's hang on, bro.
It's gonna be a good ride.
Yeah, no. So they're obviously they're puberty and a whole bunch of emotions, so they're going through a whole bunch of stuff in their life. So they don't even. So us as adults have to like sort of like keep them between the rail, but dealing with them. And then my daughter's in competitive dance and stuff like that. Like there's no roadmap to these kids. Like we don't have any instruction manuals. Like we're trying to do the best. We're hoping we're doing the best that we are as a parent. And then you find out that you're maybe not. Like we had some conversation between the kids, right? They blow up on you. It's like, holy shit, am I that real asshole?
Yeah.
But then again, it's like obviously time. If you're not spending enough time with your kids, and even though that we're in Florida, we have a lot more time. But especially your kids, they get older, they start getting competitive into sports. You don't see them as often because if they're at the studio 5-6 days a week,
it's not always you. It's because they have their things going
100%. Yeah. So it's like one of those things. So what are we doing as a parent to kind of clearly you want them to be as competitive as possible and support them like this. Like I'd rather them be at the dance studio or wherever they are in some competitive sports than at home around me. Like
for sure,
yeah, you need to go and kill it, go and execute. So how do we allocate time or at least have some sort of time together where you can kind of like rehash your relationship, kind of refine each other, so you don't have any blow-ups as parent and child, right?
No, I agree. You're right.
What do you do, Mike? You got 3 girls.
For them, I take them outside or we go for a bike ride. Like it's different than what you're talking about still a little bit. Like I'm trying to just be involved. Like, and it obviously, I think in the last year or whatever, it's showing because like when you come home, they run to you still and they're like, you know what I mean? They want to be around you. Like obviously they love their mother for sure. Like my wife is like the king to them or the queen to them. But
she's the queen. Yeah.
Yeah, but like they still rely on me. Like to daddy, let's go outside or whatever, right? And they won't do it, but I'll try and pull them too outside sometimes. So that's what we do. We'll go for a bike ride or like Gia and Ava, the older two, just got on their 2-wheelers. So
oh, yeah?
Yeah, they're like fully like no training wheels, so we've been doing a little bit more of that. But
Nice.
just trying to be present, right? And don't get me wrong, I'm horrible for like being on my phone in front of them. Like it's just nature of the beast, right? Like one person texts you or calls you, and then you're looking into information or whatever. It's not like always that I'm like on social media, but I'm disconnected because you're on your phone, just dealing with work a lot of the times. But just trying to keep them engaged, like where we still have that relationship where, okay, it's time to go outside, let's go outside or something, right? Like, so that's how I'm dealing with it, just because they're young. But I'm sure I'll run into your problems eventually, shortly.
Yeah, it's quite so crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's good now, but I mean, it's just like like I know it's obviously stress too with the kids too with what they're doing and competitiveness.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's just the last thing we want to be is like how our parents were with us. You always want to have like a better. Again, they didn't do a terrible job, but it's just like to have better the situation or better the process rather from one gen to the other.
Yeah, to be honest, I think my ultimate goal is that like when they are older, they like still want to hang out with me. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
I don't want to be. It's like they just want to hang out with their friends. I hope when I get to the point where they're with their friends or in their teens or even past that, that like when they have their own families, they still want to come hang out with me, because I don't think that's always the case, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah. So
Okay, moving on to so we did that's basically five equities of life between those. So it's obviously financial, family, spiritual, physical, and psychological, which was those five. I think another thing we were talking about is even just stepping back into one of the equities is the financials. We were talking about how we always have mastermind with business planning and stuff like that. I was talking to my wife as we were driving down because we drove from Florida down this time with the family, and it was we need to focus on the future, like financially, like what do you want to see for retirement? How much money should we be saving for our kids? In the States you call it college fund and this whole thing, right? The problem is we used to have a financial a coach in the past, which was fantastic. It kept us accountable. We would get on a phone call once a week, and then my wife would have a call with her. And then there was like, okay, did you allocate this money? Where did this money go? So it was almost like a checkup from the neck up, like Coach Sean is in real estate, which is a beautiful program. I wish my wife would jump back onto it. I think I'm gonna have to take the charge with that because it's nice to kind of know that you're actually thinking about the money, what's coming in, what's coming out. Where's the leaking of money? Because clearly there's always a bleed, right? If you either it's subscriptions and stuff. I'm still playing for jiu-jitsu. It's probably been about 8 months I haven't been. So it's like, and I don't want to stop paying it. I know I'm paying it, but I don't want to stop paying it because then it means I'm not going to go.
Yeah.
But I haven't been going.
Yeah.
So it's like either an injury or I'm traveling. So it's just like, but I want to go because I know it's important. But that's $200 a month, right? You start looking at your Visa bill. I don't look at them. You never look at them, and it's like how many of those subscriptions. But if you have somebody in the defense to kind of review all that shit and kind of like eliminating what you don't need, you might even save out of that $1,000 a month, which you can allocate to the kids' college fund, whatever the hell you want to do. So what I was saying is like we should create. My wife, I was telling Elisa, like we need to go away, just me and yourself, like how I do with the boys with the business planning, and talk about how we want to do a financial planning. So bring like typical mastermind meeting, a whiteboard, the whole thing, laptops, and strategize. Have like a hardcore, like intense mental session on like how you want the future to look. Because clearly the offense we're good at. We can go out and we can create income, we can create money. It's just a matter of now, like the defense protected it and make sure it's being allocated in the right spots.
Mm-hmm.
That's what we need to do.
No, I agree. I think that's half of the battle is getting it, then the other half is keeping it and being accountable.
Yeah.
For where it's going, right? I think that you're right. You make an amazing point, because at the end of the day, you can do whatever you want to bring it in, and once you get successful and it's flowing is one thing, but we've seen a lot of, even our industry, big people that have like it's a big roller coaster where it's gone really quickly too, right? So having that roadmap, we're not doing it by luck. It's like, this is, if we do this and this, we'll end up over there in 10 years, 15 years, whatever it may be, right?
100%.
Yeah. So if we don't have that clear guidance, and it goes back to the planning in the book of Think and Grow Rich, right? Like if you don't have that, put that plan and repeat it and talk about it openly, well, it's never going to show up, right? It's never going to happen.
100%.
So I think we got to do some planning.
And I think even if you did a mastermind meeting, you should have like scheduled calls with like other professionals, either if it's a hedge fund manager or whatever they are, like someone mutual fund, whatever they're doing, like just to kind of get some ideas with like retirement plan and stuff like that. But we had a friend that came in. They're actually it's an agent from our office here. Her husband is in that world, the mutual funds, like. I don't even know what the financial advisor.
Yeah.
But anyway, so they came to visit me in Florida, and we kind of talked. It's brilliant because if you allocate, I think it was like $30 a day, something of that nature. I think it was $30 a day, and then you I think no, maybe it was $1,000 a month, something like that. Anyway, so it's substantial money. You're not gonna do 1,000, maybe do 100 or 200, whatever it is, and then it was the amount of money that compounded if you just invested in this. One is the Vanguard.
Like the S&P?
S&P,
Yeah.
yeah. I didn't know that.
That's 7% over time.
So it's going to keep going.
Yeah, no, it's nuts.
But it's stupid. Like
time in the market, right?
it's also planning. If you can create something and say, okay, look, you know that this is not short term. You're going to invest in this. You're going to invest X amount of money. Like if you want to invest $6,000 a year into this, so it's $500 a month. You should be pulled out automatically, and just done for you. Just bang, bang, bang. Just keep going. And then you're 6. Then it turns into whatever it is. If it's 7%, like it's to say it's 8,000 next year, then you're 8 plus you're 6, so you're 14. You know what I mean? It's that whole thing, and you're not going to miss that $500 a month. I'm spending $200 on jiu-jitsu that I'm not attending, so if I can clearly put it in something, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
no, you're right.
Yeah,
it's just another avenue to be growing, and you're right. There's not one way, and there's no one right answer, right? So.
It's just making enough, making the right decisions on everything that's coming in. I think I got to do that very shortly. Maybe I do that here while I'm in town. My kids could be watching, leaving my in-laws. Be pretty smart to kind of spend 1-2 days just kind of focusing on this.
Away.
Yeah.
Take a little retreat to Muskoka.
Muskoka, screw it, buddy. I don't need to go. Just a motel down in Kleinburg. Just whiteboard and no noise.
the what was it? The Kleinburg Inn there?
Oh my god.
That's hilarious.
That's pretty much it.
No, we gotta get planning. Both ends, business, life, family.
Very important. I think you can. So I'll fit it. But I think it's even the kids create. I got to create better time with them. Like it's got to be this day this is happening. I don't give a fuck what's happening. So you got to just figure that out.
Put it in the calendar.
We always think everything's okay. You're gonna work and come on, man, everybody's here.
Until you get yelled at when you get home because you didn't spend enough time with them that week.
It's just, but there's a lot of the kids now they hold it in and then they explode, right? They hold it in, they explode.
I don't even think they know, right?
Their hormones and everything like that. They're trying to learn. It's just not them. It's just timing. So it's their age. Yeah. Hey guys, I hope you enjoyed this episode with Mike Gaddy. If you have any questions, please reach out. You can get Mike at Mike Gaddy Realtor, and you know where to find me at Steven Zelenardo on Instagram, and that's pretty much it. Have a good one.
Ciao.